This is a song I wrote about a guy that I always thought was interesting. His name was Jack Shephard, and he was a sort of an honorable thief in the 18th century in London. And he told his story. He told his whole story of how he escaped from prison and how he did all these adventures to Daniel Defoe, the author. So, Brian, you have to make me sound like Daniel Defoe, because that's who I am. So let's hope everything. It's called Jack Shephard's Confession. He's lived low and he's lived hard, and even now the end is nigh. He still makes the ladies cry. Jack Shephard's name will never die. He told me jailers make him bold, said he doesn't harm a soul. Bounty hunters never win, he keeps the wages of his sin. Break free, breathe free, no one holds him, can't you see? Hero of the trodden down, the darling of all town. Grew up a clever apprentice lad, whose master was a cruel cat. So he taught himself to pick a lock. Tavern's his home and he never looked back. Broke into his old man's store, helped himself to all and more. How the magistrates did wail when Jack escaped their wretched jail. Break free, breathe free, no one holds him, can't you see? Hero of the trodden down, the darling of all London town. The fast life of a thief he's led, pretty fast to warm his bed. Silken shirts and coats he wore on High Street in a coach and four. 5 times was he caught and tried, never snitched, never lied. He told me how he'd make his way from Newgate prison in a day. Break free, breathe free, no one holds him, can't you see? Hero of the trodden down, the darling of all London town. On the lamp for many a day, the cobbler broke his bonds away. But a wicked gang boss laid him bare, Jack hadn't given him a share. The tumbril rolls Jack soon to be, dangling under Tyburn's tree. Yet in amongst the ropes they tied around his hands, he's hid in night. Break free, breathe free, no one holds him, can't you see? Hero of the trodden down, the darling of all London town. He still makes the ladies cry, Jack Poor Jack, he didn't make it. Okay, I have to change tuning real quick. Just 2 strings. So anyway, you know how it is when you're not 20 anymore, and you wake up some mornings and you actually feel pretty good. That's when I wrote this song. I wrote down in my journal, hey, like everything's working. This is amazing. So it's about that. It's called Above the Blues. Hoot owl woke me up this morning. Bright white clouds are forming. Sleepy cat will stretch and scratch. I open the window sash. White blood cells are still going strong. Their half-life might be half as long. I look for a simple path nearby where flowers face the sky. A recipe for later life. Keep the peace and lose the strife. A place to welcome in the muse beneath the sun. Above the blues. A funeral yesterday went well. Everyone had lots to tell. Still it's hard to face that little box. The vine buys aftershocks. A recipe for later life. Keep the peace and lose the strife. A place to welcome in the muse beneath the sun. Above the blues. I've done my part, my work is through. Don't book me a carnival cruise. There's a poem in a rural route. There's a song of wind chimes in earshot. Breathe in, breathe out. Above the blues. Circumstances on slow burn. Ups and downs, a steady churn. A shining light above will spin. Help shape the shape I'm in. A recipe for later life. Especially keep dreams inside. A place to welcome in the muse beneath the sun. Above the blues. Beneath the sun. Above the blues. All right. Still in the front. Okay, back to history, because that's what I like to do. It's fun for me. This is a song that takes place in the 11th century, because why not? And it's about a woman who, she's of royal blood. She could have been Queen of England, she could have been Queen of Scotland, she could have been Holy Roman Empress, but she hit what I call the stained glass window, ceiling, stained glass ceiling, and she didn't get to be any of it. It's called Sad Lady Mathilda. Imagine her born beside the water, William the Conqueror's own granddaughter. Her heritage availed her not, she proved a royal afterthought. Betrayal marked her wayward drift, and the fates that sank her brother's ship. She moved like money cord to cord, she raised herself all over Europe. Remember, sad Lady Mathilda, how restlessness and longing filled her. She could have been queen, she could have been empress. They called her Lady of the English. A lonely marriage brought no child. The English parents pushed her aside. One night their ancient earthen walls couldn't contain her passion's calls. Her plea to Anjou brought a battle. King Stephen trapped her in Oxford Castle. Picture the snow, her camouflage. She crossed the Isis under barrage. Remember, sad Lady Mathilda, how restlessness and longing filled her. She could have been queen, she could have been empress. They called her Lady of the English. Reaching a tree on the other side, its old trunk stripped but it hadn't died. So she felt her cause bombarded. The mobs of London want her martyred. Gory details left to fade. In the fullness of time her future made. The Channel and the Normans freed her. Now prayers and holy relics keep her. Remember, sad Lady Mathilda, how restlessness and longing filled her. Dwells inside an abbey's gloom, voiceless as a winter moon.
So now for something really different. We're back to at least the 20th century.
But as they say in, as Marley's ghost said, it's your past. This is my past. So, sound right? Alright, so this is basically story of my high school years. I met a draft dodger when I was in high school, and we had one of those interesting relationships. It's called Anti-Hero. Back in high school, I'd always been picturing suitors older than sin. I couldn't accept the real in lieu of Rochester, Heathcliff, Pierre, Zuha. met a writer 10 years my senior, bohemian with a hippie demeanor. There's his garret filled with old books, Deutsche Grammophon and prostate plates. He said, come and share some stolen times, hear my records, read my rhymes. With poetic license it seems I'm the anti-hero of your dreams. Put loose as a new emigre, he'd hold forth in a beatnik cafe. In between our rounds of flirtation, he'd kindly drip my re-education. Come and share some stolen times, hear my records, read my rhymes. With poetic license it seems I'm the anti-hero of your dreams. One day I felt my mind's confinement, I refused another reading assignment. His anarchist-like being hardly splendid, I rose among the waking wounded. And though I loved our stolen times, I wanted what was mine to find. And poetic license no longer seemed anything but a childish dream. Sing it high and sing it low, what to do with an anti-hero. College life was calling to me, cloves, cigarettes, and herbal tea. My bourgeois charm, I felt him say, seemed already long flown away. No hard feelings, he said, little swan, I always knew that you'd move on. Since women like you don't need a guide, I'll just see you on the flip side. Come and share some stolen times, hear my records, read my rhymes. With poetic license it seems I'm the anti-hero of your dreams. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having me. This has been really, really fun.